Week 3 of the National Football League. And the spotlight is on Justin Herbert. He was terrific a week ago, well over 400 yards passing. It's the Falcons and the Cowboys, next on Madden Football.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today, it's Week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Dallas Cowboys. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Fielded right around the 8. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. And at quarterback from the University of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
We're not even a quarter way into the season. He's already off to a pretty nice start. NFC Offensive Player of the Week in last week's game.
Yeah, Week 2, he was electric. Let's see what Week 3 has in store. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. That's brought in downfield by London. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. Well, there's a pretty big start right there. They go bombs away on the first play from scrimmage.
Put a smile on your face, didn't it? Not because you're rooting for anyone, but that's the way to begin a game, to put someone back on their heels and announce that they plan to be aggressive.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Herbert now to Chenault on the slant. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Now they'll have it 1st and goal following that gain of 17.
Boy, no problems getting down the field here on this opening drive. They've looked really sharp in the early going, and they've come up with some big plays already. Here's another that's going to set up 1st and goal.
This to Pitts, and he's got it. Touchdown, Atlanta. Kyle Pitts, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons need just 3 plays to go down and take the early lead. Well, these guys scored touchdown after touchdown in that win a week ago. So how do they come out this week? Same way. They got that momentum going, a touchdown on the opening drive.
I think it's safe to say that they're in a groove, isn't it? I mean, a lot of times we've seen where teams have scored a ton of points the week before. The very next week struggled to score almost as if they used it all up. Not in this case. This group appears locked in.
We're going to have to make some adjustments if you're on the other side of that football. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. First look at the Cowboys offense as Dak Prescott gets ready to guide them.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2 games. He's really got this offense playing with a lot of confidence, trying to establish themselves early as a Super Bowl contender.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 18 carries, 86 yards, and a touchdown.
Sitting 10th in the league in rushing isn't bad, but it's also not as high as where he knows he should be with how talented he is. There's definitely another gear there, and hopefully their game plan gives him an opportunity to hit it and put together one of his best performances of the season.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Off the play fake, Prescott. Got an open man, it's Michael Gallup. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Cowboy first down there, Prescott to Gallup. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week. When they failed on that 3rd down play, that brings up 4th down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. Look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Herbert. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's 2nd down. Here's Herbert. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
Herbert on first down now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To the air again, Herbert. And that'll be caught downfield by Chenault. Touchdown! LaVisca Chenault, 49 yards. And the Falcons are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. Here's Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. And he nearly got the first himself, but it appears he's going to be about a yard or two short. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, 17 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This offense gets set for a new series. We take a look at Laviska Shenault leading them out. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in this zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate them.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Herbert's throw taken in by London. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the play. On 1st down, it's Herbert. This pass is caught by London. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Falcons have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they'll continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Taken in at the 3. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here, because now you're down 3 scores. And I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer, because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw is Prescott. And his throw is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Here's Brian Anger now as he's on to punt for Dallas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. This offense gets set for a new series. We take a look at Laviska Shenault leading them out.
He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the second quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all of those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again.
And they work this out past the 25. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Falcons. Drake London with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Falcons are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 28-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. Well, things for them, just to put it bluntly, man, it has been tough sledding here in the first half, facing that big deficit. The clock is dwindling now. Maybe if they can get something on the board here before intermission, they'll have at least a little momentum heading into the second half. Prescott on first down. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. A first down throw for Prescott. Another one to CeeDee Lamb. He's got it. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. First down, Prescott. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Prescott now. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons 37. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. And he put enough leg into it, but it's well off to the right and no good. And they will remain well behind.
Well, I'd say that it's fair to say nothing has gone right in this first half for them. Even here, you got a chance to at least get on the board, but that goes by the wayside. And now this coaching staff, they've got to figure out some way to wake this team up at halftime to get them going.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
All right, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in everybody to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll get started over at the Caesars Superdome in New Orleans. And that one tied 14 apiece in the second quarter. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The Niners looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville to see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Allen Lazard, a touchdown reception. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Falcons. And our statistician may need a vacation after this one's said and done. What a first half they had throwing the football. Over 300 yards passing already. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they were on the other end of the spectrum in terms of passing efficiency. That's going to need to improve in the second half to come. Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in this second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them.
He finds his target. It's Schultz.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
From the 31, Prescott. And that's Elliott, complete.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Inside give to Elliott. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Well, they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. Elliott will struggle to get to the line of scrimmage as he'll be tackled back at the 4-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They go to Elliott again. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Here's Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Alex Singleton making the play defensively.
And that'll be marked down as their first sack of the game.
Well, they had 6 last week, and this offense did its homework, didn't it? Because they saw all that pressure, and they really worked hard to tamp it down and beat it back, and they did a great job in the first half. But now they've gotten their first sack here in the second half. Look out. They'll try to increase the pressure.
Rosa's kick is good, and that drops a deficit from 28 to 25. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. We'll get another look at Drake London as this offense returns to the field.
And now he's inching closer to a 200-yard game. He's been so solid.
And he's really denting the pride of the guys playing defense, too, because there's certain barriers that you just don't want to give up. Never want to give up a 100-yard rusher, a 100-yard receiver. He's closing in on 200 yards. Wow, that's a really big game.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
On 2nd and 10, Herbert. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
There's another big play for him right there, and that's not the first time we've said that throughout this game. This last catch puts him over 200 yards receiving for the ball game and leaving the defense with just one word in their mind: helpless.
Throws right back to London, complete again. Touchdown! Drake London,
28 yards.
And the Falcons are pouring it on. Boy, another score. This lead gets even bigger. And Charles, we haven't even hit the 4th quarter yet.
Well, forget the deficit, right? They're really not going to cut into that a heck of a lot. But how can they get out of here with some dignity? Can they get a stop or two? Can they make a play on offense themselves? Anything to start to feel better about what's happened to them here in this one.
Now Younghoe Koo for the extra point.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by a touchdown catch from Drake London. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Well, yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Prescott. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Alex Singleton picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott. He finds his man, complete. It's Schultz. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. So the 4th down conversion has him inside the 40 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. The Cowboys on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Prescott to throw it. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Prescott from the gun. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 6-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Algier again on 2nd down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Algier will try to pick it up. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 14 yards there on a Falcon 1st down. They'll stick with Algier. They find some open field here. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Algier now up the middle. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 54 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Algier going straight ahead. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for the Falcons, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
And they will head home for next week's contest. That is against Washington.
Meanwhile, for Dallas, they'll fall to 1-2.
And they'll be on the road next week as they travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers.
Yeah. Hold up. It ain't easy breaking away or being a great. They slamming the door.